All right, abusuan yin cha on sound so mu akwaba so nko so efa wo my channel so ha da so aye be media je cha abusuan be se wase ene dey kan wani twa channel so abusuan for ye be se so be subscribe be like na wabo so ahima for pension be atie no anya bi atie na abusuan eye Dr. Mahmood Bawumia yes anopei ana se awie yana enumrede na asi abusuan no ho nsem aba beto abonten che se enya asem ketwa ya ye incoming eye presidential aspirant edema eye MPP abusuan asem aba no eden ebia na busua mekoka na mahunuka pese yekọ na ekokotie nia ekoso ha eda so aye be media je busua subscribe like share and also comment the channel ma for pension be tie no enya bi enti yenti nsema ba abonte fa Dr. Mahmood Bawumia we message
allegedly ensem nyina yekeme ya allegations and I say allegedly let's take this note na busua ni nyina ECG na ECG ho nsensem ana Kevin Taylor credit to Last Silence Media aiding commona ni nyina no se ECG na nsen complaints ba system ni mo se prepaid na ye use no ama Ghana for the good citizens of Ghana complaints omoto credit anasa omoto credit anasa ana Kevin Taylor addresses issue no say ECG no the corrupt that was happening there no started with MPP abreso enti say they are facing all these challenges na abra MPP wa ba mu na o chirem say MPP the cartel bia omo be hereti bibia no omase ho kra na o chirem say Bawumia yenyem say na Bawumia His Excellency the former vice president ewo ECG company from the cartel yes it o chirem o say Bawumia sika wonye nyina no allegedly no illegal because pa je say abra na Dr. Mahmood Bawumia ho obobo a list of DB enti no yekotie Kevin Taylor allegedly ochima there is some transactions and funds bia a course or na hwan account to me call ebusuan yekotie Kevin Taylor allegedly no this Akroma na ECG yenyina say abra MPP for omo transition we are NDC inherited over no omo me beti as containers bi ayara and that means the mess that was created was huge enti Kevin Taylor chuma the prepaid Ghana for say to anasa no ni nyina MPP corrupt deals a course omo cartel deals yenkotie Kevin Taylor allegedly in court make these allegations at the ECG sector yenkotie omo involved to this measure a course e wo no stay tuned.
Oma bewia koko fosika ende koko ni yemane sa mita we bia koko kwani ji mita we bia busa mo se hwan na edi na bro mi busa question o senda me no ka sei sa mita se o meche 2024 no unim koko akuafo a omo ji sa mita we bi bebre hwan na edi o ma bro nde enti ende koko kwani sori ka se miniska hwe me light kura kwa na ndo saka say ami koko no yento abusa ho say why na cause problem ne man no MPP4 anything that they are quick to come out and say NDC into women club waje kwase ampanyi we who afenyo marking wo so omo agimi they think say Ghana for agimi and me betena ha I will never sit here and make it look like say me be can some adi utro adentina me di utro minimum and each me betena ha na ma kire wo de asiye na ma kire nipa okose problem no na ma kire say yam find the way ni solve problem no and each me wa ha ma bo news item a kire June 2024 one and power from June, July, August, September omu changing meters over 400,000 e Ghana there na causes are why not cast by force omu changing meters because konya inferior meters e China. And catch omo na afenyo mark na board chair or friend Adamfu Kennedy Japan or then 5 million dollars or friend Napo no ye energy minister and of friend Mahmood Bawumia papa bi di ne chief no eye alolo and catch say they need to have a deal alolo no on na run Bawumia finances na all Bawumia's illegal criminality through insurance Bawumia baby onya illegal money pay through insurance yeah. There's some guy following Bawumia, friend Alhaji, get me the name. Alolo, some guy be ne fubisa, ni ticket sa no ma. Bawumia criminality, the sickening yina. Bawumia ye fraud, transfers. Bawumia a lot of illegality through a insurance fraud. na me se de yere de akwa kan be ka Bawumia be nu no ho Bawumia oyere Samira ade na akwa kan be ka no wo be nu ho asase we so Dubik Mahama afenyo makina na ye board chair afenyo makina danfo panic na de Japan afenyo makina na ye board chair na napo na ye EC or Minister of Energy. And then Bawumia, they needed money to support Bawumia's campaign. Into they brought Alolo, they brought Afenyo Makin, they brought Napo. Napo was the running mate to Bawumia, and they created this meter, by force meter on Ghanaians. Now let's go back. Ask yourself, some meters now change, and what was the reason? There were no meters at Air 40. They decided to change it because they needed money for the campaign. So what did they do? They imported over 400,000 pieces of meter. That is how they got their campaign money. That is compensation in Japan in 2024 for him to start speaking mildly about Bawumia. You don't have an idea of what these people are doing to you. In terms of you see Afenyo Makin, Ojina Parliament, OTATM, you see the same strategy. And I'm the cocoa for no. Almost say cocoa sector no. Cocoa road or mine yet, cocoa bodomo guno, omuji sikasom koto cocoa beans, akotia hoka, anomudi ye, and the bekan sinsemu. Adia chin about to sign on, Nanquasia for fear of Tokujina cocoa queer for say, oh, say Mohammed di Musika. That is what they'll do. And you see today, they have brought it to gold. Yeah, dear. Make sure got politics. Oh, my dear, oh, say, and there, oh, my smith from Manoba. NPP for say, gold for reserve Bawumia de buy. But one, they never will admit to say Bawumia de galamse buy and only to that. NPP will never stand anywhere else and say Bawumia, head of economic management team, or none of the inflation echo 54%. They will never say that. NPP will never say Bawumia, the vice president, head of economic management team, or none of the dollar no echo 17. They will not say that. They will never say Bawumia under his leadership as the head of economic management team no on the day the interest rate edu be 36. They will never talk about Bawumia a car or bottle Ghana over almost over 1 trillion. We are talking about Nyoma Bawumia, they have put all aside. Almost gold for reserve now and the NDC about power now. Gold board assasano, they have jumped. Almost dia. Omudi gold for reserve buyer into gold for oil. Nitisa time.
Mr. Speaker, I thank you for the opportunity to contribute to the report that has been laid. I want to start off by quoting a statement that was made by the former Vice President of the Republic, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, at the launch of the NPP's manifesto in 2024. Mr. Speaker, he says that, and this is when he was giving an update on the performance of the Gold for Reserves and Gold for Forex program. He says, I'm happy to say that the two policies that helped rescue the economy from the catastrophe in the recent crisis were the Bank of Ghana's domestic gold for the domestic gold purchase program and the gold for oil program. The pilot has worked for a number of companies, some of which wanted to take Forex out of the jurisdiction. We have thus found a solution to profit repatriation without destabilizing our local currency. He goes on to say that, Mr. Speaker, my government will completely institutionalize what I call the Gold for Forex program, even as we intensify efforts to transform the structure of the Ghanaian economy. Simply put, the domestic gold purchase program is a policy which allows the Bank of Ghana to boost its foreign exchange reserves by buying locally produced gold with cedis. And he goes on to talk about the benefits, including the fact that gold will now become the anchor of the Ghanaian currency. Mr. Speaker, earlier today when we met the Finance Ministry, the Bank of Ghana and the Gold Board, we put a question to the governor who was represented by the second deputy governor. Is the policy to buy gold to shore up our reserves, be it in bullion or in forex, new? And her answer was categorical. She said, no. Mr. Speaker, it is a matter of public record that in 2021, the MPP administration came up with the domestic gold purchase program, which seeks to ramp up our reserves by using cedi to buy gold and shore up our bullion reserves, or by using cedi to buy gold trade it for forex, and add it to our forex reserves. Mr. Speaker, if therefore a couple of years down the line, our colleagues on the NDC side come to power and they find this policy useful, they don't need to attempt to rebrand it and give it a new name as a Ghana Accelerated National Reserve Accumulation Policy. They don't need to do that. What they need to do is to be candid to the Republic of Ghana and say, we inherited...
That is what they do. They have jumped everything. Ochina Busomo say, dollar ne kodu 17 now because enya Bawumia kwasiafo. Ubusomo inflation, ubusomo interest rate, because enya Bawumia. Ubusomo Ghana kai beda because enya Bawumia. They have stopped talking about gold for oil, but they are quick to talk about gold for reserve. Gold for oil now Bawumia the buy say Obama petrol every 17 about 4 no. Gold for oil no boy ka.
Na fast forward and ye to command so shortly no odin komo be fa eye NIB and as BNI or can say be fa honom na enkomo ben no wodi oba just MPP at times no enkofukuo bi call allegedly a din ben obo yenkotie nkoma okafa eye investigation bodies up e wo Ghana ha including the Yoko the BNI. Purposely he emphasized on BNI entie ensema okafa ho na yembra.
Yes, some of Western Togoland. We saw how Ekufuado can say Obi Peso the kitchen knife eyeku. So we saw all these things. We went through all this trauma. We can talk about Techiman South. We can talk about Ayawaso West Wagon. We can talk about how deliberately the state led by Ekufuado and Bawumia, they abused the power, attacked human beings, attacked Ghanaians. The state, we used the state machinery to go after Ghana for this young boy and BNI, John Ansa. That boy is still at the National Signal Bureau. The MPP, are you at the NDC? Are you mad? Such a criminal boy who kidnaps people. John Ansa. Jones Ansa was a Jonas Ansa. This criminal boy. I'll come back to this matter. These were the boys who were kidnapping people. And they are still at the BNI office. Are we mad? You are still keeping these criminals there. These were boys who were murdering people and kidnapping people in Ghana. What we are seeing today is a new Ghana whereby the government, the leadership, is thinking about you. It's thinking about your leader, your protection. It does not matter who you are. It does not matter your location. If this government can do everything possible to protect you, they will protect you. It is part of the reason why Oto Abapa. I can tell you on authority. In Kofua and the Yakojoma Benke and the Kufuad and Komuninabu. I am not just saying it because there are instances so we need to understand. Sanyoma we nyina eka ho na woto aba na wato aba pa na aba no etumi aboa e protecto ama we nyini wo wankasa ukrom. So the government is doing things. Let's not take it for granted. Now, this is another story maybe say eka ho asem, and it's about the PURC. PURC for Endra Omafre ECG4 Endra yegyina yeka about meters running amount for say omoto light anasa. Interestingly omo yedede nyina a few days ago about mimita. Something interesting has happened. I so be quiet. We need to deal with this matter. This is a matter we Endra mebeka kire Ghana for say meter way issues no, it was deliberate mover MPP for year before they left power from September to December. Omokra over 400,000 new meters. Dubik Mahama LEDs are charging for Kennedy Japan their afenyo marking. That was their deal. Napo Kennedy Japan afenyo marking mo. That was their deal. Omonomko fa meters nebe share mo kon. And they did not care. Those were inferior meters. And remember, meter bia omo de ba ebiano, they charged you people about 4 times the price. Don't see this as and they started. This is something amount for the gumu so as no free power. Now, amount for started complaining about how their meters no air running. Interestingly, mo amoka say mo meter no air running term no say enye the whole Ghana. Say issue where ECG na omaya maju say omobeji musike dia. And I say the government no I say obe Ghana for it should be nationwide. But interestingly, some group of people be uses some particular meters bino and known as idea way to omo. It asamoba let's sit back. Debia meka me say Ghana for when issues come. We are journalists, we are ordinary, we are why sit back and analyze the issue. Also, TSC say I buy when I born one say or per se or it should have been the whole of the nation. But you see, there are some people who are telling you say, they have not seen any difference in their bills. In fact, what they are using, in fact, Ebu Okra was saying, so still, me meter no reasonably, price never okay. But there are some group of people in Ghana, complaining about the same thing. Now, Oko back now, check it, you could see say they are the people using those meters now MPP at the share your count before election 2024. Inti among for Bebre are complaining. Now, PURC, a Public Utilities Regulatory Commission for Eto Omonsa Efre ECG. And I'm catching ECG say direct ECG to within 48 hours issue a public communique explaining into detail cause of rapid depletion of prepaid meter credits amidst persistent complaints from consumers. Into PURC for Omode Eye Emra and I say Oma catcher ECG say Omo just 2 days. Omo issue a report. Omo issue a communique. Omo ma Ghana for ntiasie enchirechirem adekudientia Ghana for bi emita run too much omo to den omo to lighter na omo den omo light na sa ECG for omo na sebio omo ton kanea ema Ghana for into omo nchirechirem Ghana for na omo meyehu adekudia potintia saa de no AC. You see, inti so we study yanko back to omo complaining in our social media, and let's do this. Moi, multi social media, mato way, go and check the time they got their meter. Uba said 90% of all those people use new meters. And so check meters now we use now. They were meters that were installed in 2024 before NPP left office. Because before MPP left office,
I was in and I should and also subscribing on my channel not like it. Now fast forward and way and Sembia Iraq Emitela Eddie Home Common related to ECG. Now ECG, your ECG are corrupted course the MPP time now. So and this inherited this position. There's a lot of mesh via Akosua. They need to address this from the ECG mixing containers to a illegal contracts and not a flooded or honono. Everything I can tell I addressing in our stay tuned.